Student, in previous video I taught you polygon method of addition of two vectors. Now in this video I am going to discuss addition of more than two vectors by resolution methods. See how to add more than two vectors by resolution method by resolving. Student, if we can add two vectors to get one vector, in the same way we can break one vector to find two vectors. Suppose how to resolve a vector into two rectangular components. Suppose this is a triangle. This angle is taken into consideration. So for this angle, this is called base, this is perpendicular, and this one is the hypotenuse. Student, you know this base by hypotenuse is equal to cos theta. So you can say this b equal to h cos theta. So this component b is called it can be written as h cos theta. In the same way, this p by h perpendicular by hypotenuse equal to sin theta. So this p is what? H sin theta. So at the place of this p, one can write h sin theta. So if this vector is vector h, this vector is vector b, this vector is vector p. So if we add this vector b and vector h, then we can find this vector h. If we add this vector b and this vector p, because at the head of this vector b, the tail of vector p is added. So this is the resultant by triangular method. If we draw a parallelogram like this, if this side is h sin theta, then one can write this side also h sin theta, which is equal to the perpendicular, because in parallelogram these two sides are equal to each other. So student, you can take care that if there is a vector h, then it has two components. One, this is called horizontal component, it is h cos theta, and this one is vertical component, this is called h sin theta. This is taken as h sin theta. So you can learn like this: if this is vector h and it is making some angle theta with this line, so component of this vector along this direction is h cos theta. See, this component is h cos theta, and this component is what? H sin theta. So this one is called horizontal component and this one is called vertical component. Student, for learning purpose, you can learn like this: the side with which this theta is contact, at that along that side cos theta is taken, and perpendicular to this sin theta is taken. So this is what? Cos theta. This is what? Sin theta. So you can learn like this: if this is a vector h, if this theta angle is known with one side, then along that side the component is h cos theta, and perpendicular to this the component is h sin theta. Student, if you add these two vectors, you can find this resultant h. So this h cos theta and h sin theta, which is horizontal and vertical component, are called rectangular component of this vector h. Student, you can write it, very important. Student, when I am saying to write it, you can pause my video and write it to save your time. So student, you can write it. Now, I will take one more example. Suppose there is a vector s which is making some angle theta with this line. Then what is the component of this vector s along this direction and along this direction? Student, think, what is the component along this direction? This side is connected with this theta angle. So along this direction, the component of this vector will be s cos theta, and along this direction the component will be s sin theta. बच्चों, जिस साइड में थीटा एंगल कांटेक्ट है उधर cos थीटा लिखते हैं और उसके ठीक परपेंडिकुलर sin थीटा लिख देते हैं. So this is the way how we can take component of a vector along two perpendicular direction. जिस साइड में एंगल थीटा कांटेक्ट में है उधर cos थीटा और ठीक उसके परपेंडिकुलर take it sin theta. So see, S has component as cos theta and this S has component as sin theta perpendicular to this side. You can write it. I will take one more example. Suppose there is a origin x-axis, y-axis. Suppose there is a vector t and let this angle is alpha. So component of t along this direction will be t cos alpha and component of t along this direction will be t sin alpha. So same concept. जिस साइड में एंगल कांटेक्ट में है उधर cos और उसकी ठीक परपेंडिकुलर sin. So t has component t cos alpha and t sin alpha. Student, component in class 11th physics and 12th physics and for further studies of your higher physics and mathematics, it is very important concept and very simple concept that this t has two components, t cos alpha and t sin alpha. Now student, all these component I taught you are for acute angle. Now I am going to take obtuse angle more than 90 degree. Listen, suppose there is origin x-axis, y-axis. Suppose this is vector P which is making some angle x with x-axis. This angle is measured from positive direction of x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. This angle is taken x. Now student, this P has component P cos x and this P has component P sin x. Same concept is taken. जिस साइड के साथ एंगल कांटेक्ट में उधर cos लिख दिया और ठीक उसके परपेंडिकुलर sin लिख दिया. So this is the way by which we can find component of vector along two mutually perpendicular directions. I will take one more example. See, same x-axis, y-axis is given. This is again origin. Now there is a vector y, or take this vector k, which is making some angle beta with x-axis. Now component of this k along x-axis will be k cos beta and component of this k along y-axis will be k sin beta. So student, in this way you can find component of a vector in two perpendicular directions. One component is multiple of cos and other component is multiple of sin of the corresponding angle. So this k has component k cos beta and just perpendicular to this k sin beta. So student, in this way you can find component of a vector in two mutual perpendicular directions. But today in this video we are going to study how can we add more than two vectors by this resolution method. Student, suppose there is origin x-axis, y-axis. Suppose we have three forces F1, F2 and F3 which are acting in different directions. These type of forces are called concurrent forces. Their line of action meets at single point. Suppose this F1 is making some angle alpha with positive direction of x-axis. This F2 making some angle beta with positive direction of x-axis, and this F3, vector F3 is making some angle gamma with positive direction of x-axis. Listen once more. This is origin O, x-axis, y-axis. ठीक. Now there is a force F1 acting some angle alpha. There is force F2 at some angle beta. There is force F3 at some angle gamma. Now component of this force F1 is F1 cos alpha and F1 sin alpha. As I told you, the side which is in contact with the force have component F1 cos alpha, and perpendicular to this line the component is sin alpha. Now this F2 is making angle beta with x-axis, so this F2 has component F2 cos beta and this component is F2 sin beta. In the same way, this F3 is making some angle gamma with positive direction of x-axis. This angle is gamma written here. So F3 has component F3 cos gamma along x-axis and F3 sin gamma along y-axis. Now we can add all these vectors because they are acting along the same direction. Let the sum of all these vectors is fx. In the same way, we can assume the sum of all these vectors is fy. So this fx can be written as f1 cos alpha plus f2 cos beta plus f3 cos gamma. Student, in problem, the value of f1, f2, f3 has been given, and the angle alpha, beta, gamma will be also given. So you can find the exact value of this fx, which is acting along x-axis. In the same way, suppose the sum of all these vectors is fy. So you can find the value of fy, which is f1 sin alpha, this plus this plus this, plus f2 sin beta plus f3 sin gamma. Students, if more than two vectors are acting along the same direction, then to find their resultant, no need to apply formula. You can add them directly. Very simple thing. So as these vectors are acting along the same direction, or you can say all these forces are acting along the same direction, so to find the resultant, we can add them directly. In the same way, all these forces are acting along the same direction, so to find the resultant, which is fy, we can add them directly. Now student, we have two vectors. One is fx along x-axis and other one is fy along y-axis. So these two forces are acting perpendicular to each other. The angle between them is 90 degree. Now to find the resultant of these two vectors, we will apply parallelogram method of addition of two vectors. So this diagonal will be the resultant of these two vectors. So this diagonal f is written by fx plus fy. Now this vector f can be written as vector fx plus fy. Now this f is given by formula fx square plus fy square plus 2 fx into fy into cos 90. Student, the value of this cos 90 is equal to 0. So this force F is fx square plus fy square. By this formula, we can find magnitude of these two vectors. By this formula, we can find magnitude of these two vectors. So this formula will give magnitude, and if this angle is alpha, then we can write formula for tan alpha, and the value of tan alpha will be fy by fx. This side will be fy, as this side is fy written here, so this side will be also fy. So tan alpha will be fy by fx. So by this calculation of value alpha by this formula, you can find direction of the resultant vector. Student, you can also apply the formula which I derived for direction of two vectors, that is tan alpha equal to b sin theta by a plus b cos theta. But as there is right angle triangle, we can also apply this formula directly. Both formula will give the same result. Or I can say you can derive this formula also with the formula which I derived for the direction of two vectors, that is tan alpha equal to b sin theta by a plus b cos theta. Student, you can write it. Thank you very much.